So what did everybody think of 365 Days Part 2?
They played this whole happy family, happy wedding for like the first hour.
I was bored. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't mind the second half, but the first half, I was completely and utterly bored.
It was just a bunch of sex and...
We don't mind sex. Like, Marzi really loves sex. But I love a build-up to my sex. Now, I know Marzi doesn't care about a build-up to her sex, but I need a build-up to my sex, and there was no build-up.
When it comes to a movie, I do prefer a storyline, okay?
Yeah, but I'm talking about the sex in general, Marzi. That's what they want to know.
Real
They
life
want to
is
know.
a bit different.
They want to know real life. Real life, I am the queen of building up. The queen of it.
Oh, yeah.
and I need a build-up even watching a movie. And this just didn't have it for me at all. It was just there. Like,
it was just there.
It was just there.
Softcore porn.
Yeah, it was just like, here they are, here they go. And I could predict the whole thing. Like when she tied him up a little bit with the soft ribbon, whatever it was.
It's like, here they go. He's gonna
break out. He can't handle himself. He can't control himself, and bang! Like I predicted the whole thing. I even predicted the whole, spoiler alert, that he had a twin brother. I said to Mars, it's a twin brother. It's a twin brother. That's what I kept saying, didn't I, Mars?
She did.
Yeah. And then they threw the storyline of the best friend. And I didn't like the storyline with the best friend. I didn't know why she was there. I didn't like it. They tried to make it comical.
They threw that in there too with her
I don't like
getting
comics.
engaged. All of a sudden, it's like...
I'm going to say something, but I was going to say I don't like comical sex either. Like, you don't mind someone laughing you into submission, but I don't like someone making me laugh. I love laughter. Like, I just think it's hilarious to laugh, but not with sex. And because this movie is based on sex, I can't have too much laughter in it. And they try to make a funny storyline with the best friend, and I wasn't amused.
You didn't have time to invest in any of the
characters. That's what it is. I need to be invested, and
you can't invest in any of the relationships they portrayed on the screen either.
Yeah.
Because they just kind of just threw it at you.
Exactly.
Like, all of a sudden they're in a relationship and she's getting engaged.
No feeling. We didn't have any feeling towards these characters.
And also with the rival, the new guy.
Yep.
That was all of a sudden too. It's like all of a sudden she sees him cheat on her, and then she jumps in his car and goes off to an island with him.
Yeah.
And
what did everyone think? Let's ask everyone. Whose looks did you prefer? Did you prefer Massimo's or Nacho man? Who'd you prefer? Mars?
I preferred Massimo.
Massimo? Why is that?
The Nacho guy. Just look-wise, just more my aesthetic, I suppose. I mean, not completely. He's not really my type anyway, but if I had to pick between the two, more look-wise, him.
Oh, I don't know who I would choose. I think I prefer...
I would have seen you more for the other guy, just slight, like not all aspects. I know there's parts of him that definitely no.
Yeah.
But there are bits of him that I could see you going for.
His personality. I like Nacho's personality better.
I'm not talking about personality.
Okay, no personality. Well, here we go. Look-wise, I prefer his look probably more so than Massimo, but I'm not all there with Nacho either. Not that he's all there with me, because he wouldn't be, but I'm just saying that if I had to choose... I'd choose Nacho then, if I had to choose, I think he's got a good body. I think his personality...
I prefer Nacho's personality.
Yeah. Oh, you prefer Nacho's personality too?
Okay,
yeah, same.
Nacho's as well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I like nachos. Anyway. Okay, let's go back to the storyline now. How do you find it different to the first one, Mars?
I found because the first one was very kind of, he kidnaps her, you know, the whole Stockholm syndrome happens and everything like that. It's sort of a build up, and then
I love
they didn't kind of jump in the sack straight away. I mean, this one, they were full hardcore having sex for the first, like basically the whole hour. You're watching them having off and on sex, and there's not much storyline at all to it until that hour mark where finally something happens, and you know, you get the whole possible cheating aspect, and she's freaking out.
And the cheating aspect was the best part.
Yeah,
because there was a build. That's the only reason.
Kind of started, and I feel like they did that because obviously she's not going to have sex with him while she thinks he's cheating on her.
I loved it. I loved it. I took a photo of this. I took a photo of this. Remember the dream when she's in bed? Take a look at this, guys. She wakes up. It's a dream, of course. She wakes up and look who's under the covers.
In case people were confused,
it was Nacho. It was Nacho under the covers, and that cracked me up.
She never actually did it. It was all dream. These were dream words.
But I was laughing so much. I was laughing so much when she looked under the covers, and there was Nacho just picking up under the covers.
Was hilarious.
It's me, girl. Hey, say hi to your mum for me. Like it was hilarious. I loved it. Yeah. There was parts of the movie I liked. I liked the soundtrack. Who was that soundtrack I told you to Google?
Oh, we checked Shazam because we wanted to see whether he did one song, the Massimo actor. He did one song in the whole film, and most of it was done by a band called Nemo.
Emo.
Emo.
Emo. Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo in 365 days.
And, I don't know if
I liked
seen
emo.
it or not, but yeah.
Yeah, I like the band Emo, but I just thought the music wasn't as good as the original as well, because
No.
even the music was built up with the whole movie, and I love that. I love it when the soundtrack matches the film and
Yeah,
it
the
just all builds
soundtrack
up
was
together.
not
And
as,
bang, well, majority of people that I knew like the first soundtrack. This one just had too much light,
Yeah, it was a lot of.
and then there were
yeah,
some
not-
dark songs that I did like, like a bit more darkness to it.
all the ones from this emo band.
Yeah,
were the
emo.
ones that we
Whoever
liked.
emo is.
Whoever.
Yeah.
We try to Google it, but it doesn't actually come up, so we don't know who this emo band is.
No.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't mind that, but it still wasn't as good as the first soundtrack.
Yeah. Like, we watched 365 Days a few times, and because we liked it, but I can't imagine myself watching this more than once, maybe twice. What about you, Mars?
I've always been kind of like, if I'm going to watch the first movie again, I'll watch the second movie with it because I like the carry-on story. So that's just my automatic thing. If I watch the first one again, I'm going to watch the second
Oh,
one.
and spoilers as well. She dies. She dies. No,
We don't know.
She doesn't die. Let's be honest.
don't
It's a
know.
dream. It's a dream.
It's a remake from the first. They did the same thing with the first one where she's dying. Oh yeah, as well.
What?
The whole at the end of the first movie, they kind of just skimmed past that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, she in
Yeah.
the first 10 minutes of the film, she's like, oh, by the way, he doesn't know that I lost the baby and I almost died.
It's like they just wanted
They
a
didn't- they
climax.
just showed the
They wanted a
scene.
climax to the first one.
Yeah, and I feel like they're not going to show this one either. Like, she's on the floor, she's dying.
Yeah, it's not
and
gonna
that's
happen.
the end of the film again.
Yeah, and the next one, she's going to be awake, she's going to be loving him and and
Yeah.
she'll say, do you remember when I was shot? Do you remember when I was shot? That's how they're going to do it, you know?
Exactly. They
Yeah.
kinda just and I feel like they could have done more on the storyline when, like, they threw it right at the end where he finds out that she lost the baby. Like, his twin brother reveals that information and it's just sort of thrown out there. They could have maybe spoke about that more, led into it more and made it more dramatic than what it could have been.
Yeah.
I feel like they just kind of threw anything that could have been dramatic and just, I don't know, flew up in the air.
It could have been made a lot better. It really
I
could
feel
have
like
been.
it could have been done a bit better.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it was still fun
Yep.
to watch.
And I'll still be watching number 3.
Oh, yeah.
They'll still have me as an audience,
Yeah.
but I still prefer the first one. So all in all, guys, how many stars do we give 365 Days Part 2? Mars?
Out of 5?
5, yes.
3.5. Maybe?
3.5? Well, I give it a 3.
I might.
You're changing your mind.
Just because the storyline, what did bug me a little.
Yep.
I don't know, maybe 3.2.
A 3.2? Wow. That's specific. That's specific.
That's right.
I'm giving it a solid 3, and you can bank on a solid 3 from me. So I'm giving it 3 stars out of 5, and Marzi gives it a 3.2. 3.2. Would I watch it again? Would you watch it again, Mars?
I probably will, just because sometimes when you rewatch scenes, you kind of get the. I don't know there was much detail I missed in it though, but you never know. So
Yeah.
I probably would just to see if it changes my
Did you
mind.
prefer the sex in the first one?
Yes.
Or this one?
No, the first one.
I prefer the sex in the first one as
Even
well.
though this one they threw out so many sex scenes. The other one, they had less sex scenes.
But
do-
better quality. Better quality sex.
Quality over
The quality.
quantity.
Quality over quantity. On that note, we'll leave and say I hope you guys liked the movie and I hope you watched it and let me know your thoughts. Quality over quantity. 3.2 and a 3 from me.